Reporting live from my Club, Fright Plus News, I'm John Abba. There appears to be an overwhelming amount of possibilities on what happened to Nolan Wells on July 4th, given that it seems he disappeared out of thin air after spending part of his day on Horn Island in Mississippi while being the only black person amongst his group of all-white friends that he traveled to the island with. But now a new investigation released by the United Cajun Navy is helping close up some speculation, as they would provide new pictures and gathered information. Now, at the center of the report, they would highlight key boats connected to the case, their movements, Wells' whereabouts, and more. Now, after reviewing the 24-page report, one thing appeared to be very clear. After the boat Nolan Wells arrived on to Horn Island would depart around 4:30 p.m., the report did not find any credible evidence that he was still alive. If you can recall, the first time many of us heard about the story of Nolan Wells, it was accompanied by a picture of Wells and friends he went to the island with, which would signify that he was alive earlier that day on July 4th. Now, for whatever reason, it appears that pictures or any credible signs of life would not continue after the Triton boat he arrived on would allegedly take on water and begin to depart further away from the island, according to his friends, due to an issue with its bilge pump. For some, this is an interesting fact, given that if Nolan remained on the island, why did pictures of him not continue like the one that went viral? Now, what this means is previous reports of saying that witnesses saw Wells can also be challenged. A part of this new report, several new pictures would be shared, including a photo of a black man in blue shorts walking the beach amongst a group of his white peers. From the looks of the photo, it does not appear to be Wells. Now, when it came down to another possible proof of Nolan still being alive when his friends left on the boat he came on with, the report was only able to provide the previous mentioned photo and a person passing secondhand information that a passenger of theirs felt certain that they saw Wells a part of one of the groups that was fighting that day. One of my passengers is pretty certain he was part of the group that was almost fighting around 5 p.m. The Bertrand with the blue top that I posted left shortly after that and pretty fast. In response, a Facebook user would ask a follow-up question, whether the fight happened with others or amongst themselves, in which he would reply, "The 3 people on the boat that saw it all say yes, it was amongst themselves." Now, this original statement of seeing Wells on another boat around 5 p.m. would immediately be challenged by a passenger of the alleged boat. The user would go on to write, "Matthew Lamp, sir, you are sadly mistaken. We are the group you yelled at as you pulled up thinking we were going to hit you, and we weren't, and we were paying attention. Love, totally different kid, was with us. I was with the Bertrand boat, and we had no affiliation with him. We hate to hear this has happened, but do not smear people if you did not actually see something happen. This causes more issues for the people in charge trying to find this baby, and it creates stories that are false. We did speak to the boys, and at that moment, he did have an entire vodka bottle in his hand. You need to revamp your statement and not put blame toward anyone. We don't even know what happened, but I will tell you, you are mistaken. Give the cops my name. I will let them know who we really had on our boats." Now, this lack of evidence that can back his friend's claims that Wells wanted to stay on the island because a girl he just met appears to be more proof for some, following a very questionable audio that was just released that is even more positioned to friends with being blamed for Wells' passing. As many look to speculate Wells' friends being a part of what some are calling a cover-up of his death, they have recently pushed back, while also asking people to support them through a newly launched donation page. On their GiveSendGo account, which has now reached $150,000 in donations, they would write, "Since Nolan's death, Warren Hudson, Jack Spatalo, Morgan Seymour, and many others have been inundated with death threats, threats of violence, and defamation. They have been falsely and wrongly blamed by individuals online and in the media of either directly or indirectly having a hand in Nolan's death. Most of them could not attend their own best friend's funeral. Why? Because race baiters send a deranged army after them online in the name of justice. Since the beginning of the investigation, these young men have cooperated with authorities, turned over all information they had, and provided an overwhelming number of witnesses accounting for their whereabouts. Some of them even resorted to speaking up publicly to defend themselves against baseless allegations." One user who would donate $250 would go on to write, "I hope y'all tear their race-baiting, money-grabbing black ashes up." Now, for many, his friends, even launching a donation page under the current circumstances is very questionable behavior and will cause several users on TikTok to sound off.
Y'all won't even believe this shit. Stand with Nolan Wells' targeted friends. They are trying to raise $100,000. These little sons of bitches are out here trying to get sympathy donations, and they've already raised over $20,000. Saying on Independence Day weekend 2026, lives were changed forever when a group of friends lost their best friend. No family should have to endure the pain of losing a son, and no friend should have to grieve the loss of a brother. Of a brother? You mean the brother that you left? Allegedly. You mean the brother that you allegedly left after he had been drinking? Allegedly. You mean the brother where you literally didn't go to the funeral? You're literally making this about you and not about Nolan right now. This is victimhood. But I'm not surprised. I'm never surprised by the caucasity of you people.
Right here, this is what white privilege is called. White privilege, right here. Right here. It is disgusting. They're not raising money for Nolan's family. They're not helping out. No, it's only about them. This is what they've been doing since day one, protecting their own asses. That's all they care about. You know what someone said to me the other day? You're really judging these white boys. Have you not opened your eyes and seen how they are moving? How their family is moving? What their actions are, how their behavior is, how their body language is, how they're even expressing stuff. You don't go on some racist mega podcast guy and you get interviewed by him. No, you don't do that. If you actually care about the family and care about Nolan, you would be doing everything to find answers.
Now, according to the latest reports, the official investigation is still considered ongoing. So if there is proof that Nolan was still alive on the island when his friends left, it has yet to be revealed by local authorities and investigators assigned to the case. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Do you find it suspicious that after the boat Wells would leave on, a new report by the United Cajun Navy could not find any credible source that he was still alive after 4:31 p.m.? Reporting live from Hype's Club, Fright Plus News, I'm Janaba.